The Switch eShop sale this week has a ton of new low prices, and we often see that in the under $10 video, but it's normally, a little bit more limited when you get to the more expensive side of things. Well, this week they are treating us well, and I have some incredible options for you all. My name's Alex, so this is SwitchCorner, and today I have 13 games for you all covering the US, Canada, UK, EU, and Australia. If you do enjoy the video today, then consider subscribing. We're pushing for 60,000 subscribers right now, so each and every one of you makes a huge difference. I also have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards later in the video, and I do have two more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below, and those winners they'll be announced in next week's video. Samurai Warriors 5 is back, matching the low with 50% off. Now, I reviewed this game on the channel. I was impressed with it. They've essentially stripped things back to what made this genre so popular in the first place, while introducing this stunning cel-shaded style. Now, the game, it takes place during the Sengoku period in Japan, a time marked by war and political unrest. During this period, countless individuals were fighting for control, and our journey, it follows the stories of several influential figures. There are 27 playable warriors, just incredibly satisfying taking down these waves of enemies. My full review is down below. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line gets a new low price of 34% off. Now, if you're a fan of rhythm games, this is a must-play title that draws from the incredible Final Fantasy music library. It creates one of the best compilations of video game music available. Additionally, you can expand your options with DLC from other Square Enix titles, which is a really nice touch, though of course that does come with a cost. Now, there's 104 customizable characters, a story mode for each entry in the series, and also equipment to set up. This element reminiscent of its kind of RPG roots. Really good fun, and yeah, just overall it's an incredibly unique spin on the genre. My favourite part though is the special stages. These feature music videos comprise the cutscenes from their respective games. For fans of turn-based RPGs, Fairy Tail may be a great pick for you. Now, to be completely transparent, I did review it on the channel. I wasn't entirely taken by it. You can see that video in the pinned comment. Overall, I just think it's very pretty, let's say, basic. There's also a fair amount of backtracking packed into the experience. Now, if you are a fan of the original source material, however, it is likely going to be worth your time. Your ultimate objective in the story to become the #1 guild. Now, the game, it covers a decent portion of the storyline featured in the anime, but it didn't start at the very beginning. So as someone who hasn't watched the anime, I did find myself getting lost occasionally, as there's just simply a massive cast of characters. It's 40% off, a new low price, but again, do check out that review first. So I plugged this during Thursday's video, but I quickly just wanted to mention it today. PlayStation Corner has become XPCorner. The reason, I simply couldn't keep up with having 3 separate channels. Very little will honestly change. It's more about extra content. So on that channel, now you can expect not only PlayStation, but Xbox, and even the occasional Steam video. We're going to be packing in reviews and deals basically for anything non-Nintendo. Now, I've linked that down below. Do come join us if you haven't already. The support is seriously appreciated. And also later in the week, this Thursday, in fact, I will be launching our website. And I've been working on this now for a long time, so I'm definitely excited to get it launched. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection is 30% off and matching the low price. I'm a big fan of this series. In fact, the original NES trilogy holds a special place on my list of all-time favourite games. I've definitely had some fun as well over the years with these 3D iterations. For those that may not be aware, these incredibly challenging games, they demand you master the combat mechanics, and you'll be going to some great locations, from morphing traditional landscapes to futuristic cities. It's an easy buy, tons of content for your cash. The only real issue I had here was the colour palette in the first game feels somewhat muted compared to the rest of the games, and I don't remember that being the case back in the day. PARANORMASIGHT, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, gets 30% off, a new low price. This will be for the adventure and horror visual novel fans among us. It's incredibly creative with its mechanics, which of course I won't be spoiling today, but I was a big fan. Now, in the story, we're on this adventure to uncover the truth behind different curses, and we'll meet a cast of characters along the way whose fate often lies in our hands. So basically, will they live or die? That decision is often on us. I'd consider this more gameplay rich than many experiences in the genre as well. We choose locations, we choose who we talk to, we choose dialogue, we even face several puzzles. I wish it had voice acting to really elevate it, but it is still a high quality experience, and also I love seeing releases like this come from Square Enix. It's totally not expected. Azure Striker GUNVOLT 3 gets a new low price of 25% off. Now, if you like Mega Man style action platformers, then this is a series for you, and I can easily get behind any of the entries. So here we do get a new character, which for many was a bit of a, I guess, curious decision, as it somewhat relegates the series protagonist to GUNVOLT, but I still really enjoyed it personally. When Mega Man gets no love, you can always rely on indie creates to bring something comparable to the table. Also a decent amount of game here for your cash and to keep you coming back. You got the main campaign, you get New Gamer Plus, and there's tons of equipment to experiment with. Runs perfectly on the Switch as well. You can take a look at my review in the pinned comments. Guardian's Demon Purge also comes from Inti as well, and I enjoyed this one. It's 20% off matching the low. It's another action platformer, but this is think almost Castlevania-esque in its style, basically gothic, and then it's meeting Galgun. It's a really unique kind of, I guess, crossover. The story, two sisters are out to break a curse, and there's a decently sized cast to meet. The only thing I didn't enjoy with this game was it attempts to expand the runtime by making you repeat levels, but it feels just, I guess, a little cheap and unnecessary. The core gameplay is fun though, and my full review is below. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is 70% off, a new at low price. Now, you may remember that at the time of launch, this was a bit of a hot mess. However, thanks to continued support and numerous patches as well, it is now worth adding to your collection. From the producer of Castlevania, that is clear with its gothic world, and then it's packed full of enemies, weapons, loot, and the boss encounters. They've also expanded the experience then by adding in new modes and new characters. At this point, I think it is fair to say they've delivered the game we all initially expected. It just took them a little bit longer than we expected to get there. Good on them though for continuing to support it. Samurai Maiden is now available at a new low price, 30% off. Now, to be fully transparent, picked this up a few months ago, still kind of chipping my way through it. I was in search of something brainless. That is precisely what I got here. It looks great, the controls are solid, there's tons of enemies to slay. Also a big fan of the animations, they really sell kind of our powerhouse status. The story is simple but entertaining then as well. We're out to take down a demon lord. Throw on top of this a load of collectibles, and yeah, I think this game is a winner. If we are kind of being honest as well here, let's face it, you already knew if this game was for you from the name alone. Cannon Dancer Osman was stuck in arcades for years, but now we finally get a console release. Now at full price, way too expensive, but what you're paying for here really is the luxury of finally having easy access to this experience. Now, retro fans, this is absolutely going to be worth your time. It's a spiritual successor to Strider, carries over that fantastic platforming that you know from the series, and even if it's not feature rich, it's got a few difficulty options, and the challenge, honestly, it is designed to keep you coming back. It absolutely crushed me constantly. It is a new low price, then a 50% off. I think it is now absolutely worth it, and my full review is in the pinned comments. Our first winner of the week then is Daniel. Thank you for the support. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, we do have a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. I also quickly want to note here as well, I had fallen behind due to sickness and family visiting with sending out these codes, but I sent out all of the missed ones today, so if you are waiting on one and I did miss you, please drop me a quick message. My pickups of the week then are two new releases. I didn't receive a review codes, but I'm nearly ready for reviews on both, so I wanted to highlight them today and let you know. I will basically have reviews ready before these sales do end. So first up is Horizon Chase 2. I've really been enjoying this. I did not expect to see this sequel, Shadow Drop, at the Direct, but it was a really nice surprise when it did. It's honestly more of the same, let's face it. They've improved upon the visual style in ways. There's a career mode and there's also online support as well, something I really wanted in that original game. Now, there are some very minor, I guess, performance wobbles I've noted, but nothing that's impacted my enjoyment this far. The main thing I don't like is it's Epic Games publishing this one, so to get online, you basically have to sign up for one of their accounts and sign into it, and that process just always annoys me. I don't need an extra step or more junk email coming my direction. It is then a 20% launch discount. Soul of Ashton is my second pickup, and as I had family over, I did miss that this was added to the eShop. Now, it comes from the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. That is a high bar to match right there, and transparently, they don't quite make it. I've actually already played this game on another system, but it is still a fun 3D action platformer. Now, I've not tried the Switch builder just yet, but my big questions for the review are really going to be around performance and visuals with this one, as it is ultra stylized, so you really don't want to see it taking too big of a hit. Now, this launched with a 25% off discount, and the sale's going on for a couple of weeks, so as I said, I'll have a review live, I'm imagining probably early this week. Potato Prime then is our second winner, who highlighted that the Shadowrun trilogy is on sale, and I actually missed that sale. I would have picked it up myself as I haven't played them yet. It's why I haven't actually mentioned them. I will be keeping an eye out for that next sale, but if anyone has played these on the Switch, let us know how they stand up in the comments below. I would love to hear some thoughts on the ports. Congrats Prime, drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Neon White then is back, matching the low with 30% off. This was one of my favourite games of 2022. It is a first-person shooter designed for speedrunners. The concept is unique as it combines a card deck system with shooting mechanics. Definitely challenging to describe it briefly, but the core idea here is this. Well, imagine each card in your deck represents a weapon like a pistol that might give you 3 shots. However, you can also choose to discard it to boost your jump. The game basically revolves around skillfully managing this card deck while navigating through locations and dispatching enemies along the way. I like the story too. You are summoned to heaven to eliminate a demon invasion. If successful, you'll earn a chance to stay here. Outside of the gameplay, it features an overworld map where you can interact with various characters and uncover more about their story. Now, this is very almost visual and novel-esque, but do know it is also completely optional. You can watch my full review in the pinned comment and you'll see how much I liked it there, but do be warned with this one, this deal expires in less than 48 hours from this video going live. And that's the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks everyone.